Good morning, friends. Today I am here with Body Fluids and Circulation, Part 1 of 11th Standard. In this session, we are going to discuss about blood and lymph, plasma, formed elements, RH grouping, and erythroblastosis. So let us start the session with blood and lymph. Blood and lymph are two fluids which are used by most of the higher organisms for the transport of various substances. Blood is a fluid connective tissue consisting of a fluid matrix, plasma, and formed elements, whereas lymph is the body fluid or also called as extracellular fluid that helps in transport of certain substances. Now the next topic is about plasma. The color of plasma is straw color or faint yellow. It is viscous fluid consisting of about 55% of the blood. Plasma consists of 90 to 92% of water, 6 to 8% of protein. The different proteins present in plasma are fibrinogen, globulins, and albumins. Fibrinogen helps in clotting of blood. Globulins helps in defense mechanism, and albumin is necessary for osmotic balance. Plasma contain different ions also, like calcium ions, magnesium ions, bicarbonate ions, and chlorine ions. Besides this, glucose, amino acids, and lipids are also present in plasma. Plasma without clotting factor is called serum. It means fibrinogen has been removed from the plasma, then it is called serum. Now let us discuss about the formed elements present in the blood. There are three formed elements in the blood. They are red blood corpuscles, white blood corpuscles, and platelets. We will discuss here one by one. First, it is about RBC, that is red blood corpuscles or red blood cells, or it is also called as erythrocytes. RBC are the most numerous formed elements of the blood. They are the most abundant cells in the human body. A healthy adult man has an average 5 millions to 5.5 millions of RBC per cubic millimeter of blood. RBC is formed in red bone marrow in the adults. Red blood cells is devoid of nucleus in most of the mammals. The shape of the RBC in human being is circular and biconcave. A unique feature of the RBC is the presence of red oxygen carrying pigment, that is hemoglobin present. Hemoglobin is a complex protein. Red blood cells plays an important role in the transport of respiratory gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. Human RBCs remain functional in the blood for about 120 days. So, average lifespan of RBC is 120 days. The born out RBCs means which are destroyed, dead, they are destroyed by phagocytosis in the blood itself and in the spleen. So the spleen is called as graveyard of RBC. In the given figure, you may observe the biconcave shape of red blood cells. Now the another formed elements of blood is WBC. WBC is called as white blood cells or white blood corpuscles, or also called as leukocytes. The white blood corpuscles lack hemoglobin, so it is colorless. They are lesser in number, which averages 6,000 to 8,000 in per cubic millimeter of blood. WBC are larger than RBCs. They are of short life. The leukocytes survived for a few days, that is 3 to 4 days, only in the blood. Dead WBCs are phagocytosized in the blood, liver and lymph nodes. There are two main types of WBCs. They are granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes consists of neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. Out of these three, neutrophils are the most abundant, about 60 to 65%. Eosinophils are having 2 to 3% and basophils are 0.5 to 1%. Agranulocytes consist of lymphocytes about 20 to 25% and monocytes about 6 to 8%. Lymphocytes are of two types, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. It means bone marrow lymphocytes and thymus lymphocytes. Neutrophils and monocytes are phagocytic cells, which helps in destroying foreign organisms entering in our body. Basophils are responsible for secretion of histamine, serotonin, heparin, etc., which are involved in inflammatory reactions, whereas eosinophils resist infections and are associated with allergic reaction. Lymphocytes are responsible for immune response of the body. Means it helps in healing by secreting antibodies. In the given figure, you may observe the different types of cells of WBC. It is about the types of white blood cells. Now the third formed element is platelets. Platelets are also called as thrombocytes. They are the smallest formed elements and are cell fragments. Platelets are produced from megakaryocytes, which are the special cells in bone marrow. Platelets are on an average 15 lakh to 1 lakh 50,000 to 3 lakh 50,000 per cubic millimeter. Platelets are also colorless and helps in clotting of blood. The lifespan of platelet is 3 to 7 days only and are disposed of by phagocytosis in the blood itself. The given figure shows about platelets. This is the figure which shows about the different formed elements and plasma of the blood. Now the next topic is blood grouping. In human being, there are 4 types of blood groups commonly called as ABO blood grouping. The ABO blood groups are determined by the gene I, having 3 alleles IA, IB and IO or a small I. In human beings, there are present 2 antigens A and B and produced by IA and IB alleles respectively. These antigens are always present on the surface of red blood cells. The distribution of antigens and antibodies in the 4 group of blood, that is A, B, AB and O, are as follow. Blood group A is having antigen A and antibody B. Blood group B is having antigen B and antibody A. Blood group AB is having both antigens AB but no antibodies. Blood group O is having no antigen but both the antibodies A and B. Here in this table, it is about blood group and donor capability. While doing blood transfusion, care should be taken to match the blood group of the donor as well as the recipient. Persons having blood group AB can receive blood from persons having blood group A, B, AB or O. That is why persons with AB blood group are called as universal recipients, because they can accept, their body can accept blood group of any type. Persons with blood group O have no antigens on the surface of RBC but have both the antibodies in the plasma. So they can donate blood to anyone and are called as universal donor. But such person can receive blood only from the persons who have blood group O only. Now let us see about RH grouping. Human blood possesses another factor, and that is called as RH factor. Human blood can be classified into two groups, that is RH positive and RH negative. RH is another antigen similar to one which is present in the rhesus monkey and is present on the surface of RBC of majority of humans. So that is why from this it is called as RH. Those human beings which have this antigen are called as RH positive, and those human in which this antigen is absent, then they are called as RH negative. Thus, before transfusion of blood, RH group should also be matched. This is the diagrammatic view of RH positive blood and RH negative blood. RH typing test helps to determine whether a person is RH positive or RH negative. Now the next topic is erythroblastosis fetalis. RH factor plays a crucial role in child's birth, born out of a marriage between RH negative woman and RH positive man. If the mother is RH negative, then after first pregnancy, the RH antibodies from the mother can leak into the blood of the fetus which is having RH positive. Due to this, there is destruction of the fetal RBCs, as a result of which there is severe anemia and jaundice to the baby, and this condition is called erythroblastosis fetalis. But this can be prevented by taking anti-RH antibody to the mother immediately after the delivery of the first child. This is the figure which depicts erythroblastosis fetalis. So, this is all about today's session. Thank you. For any kind of doubts, please write your questions in comment section.